Making music is my favorite thing to do. I can find inspiration as I experience life, pursue spiritual growth, especially when I'm surrounded by my friends and family. I've invited a few friends to celebrate my newest release, Cornerstone, and I'm ready to hear what my circle has to say. As I prepare for them, I'm inviting you as well to Corner Convos with Keyondra Lockett.
And so, one other thing that I wanted to talk about real quick, because, me and Q, we like to talk about the fact that we both were Kojic, Church of God in Christ. Huh? You can't what? Join in. You got to what?
Be born in.
Yes. So with that, even with this particular song, Key, I need you to tell, set the record straight. Who can be saved? Can anybody be saved? Who's worthy? Who?
Anybody can be saved, and that's pretty much what, we as Christians should be sharing with people. You need to want to be saved. Living this life and doing the things that we do, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Already. It's not going to be easy as a Christian.
Right.
But to be saved and live this life and have hardships, you got that load that you can drop on God.
Right. Who can break down what saved is? Because I think that's a term, because, you got old school thoughts of saved, you got new school thoughts of saved. What is saved? Mm-hmm. Is anybody at this table saved?
Salvation is a gift. It's a gift from God by means of Jesus Christ. And when we believe by faith, it's by grace through faith. And so I think we have to kind of drop whatever tradition, whatever ideology that makes us feel like we could work our way to salvation.
Yeah.
Or we could identify our way into salvation based on where we were born through or where we came from, but rather what Christ has done on the cross for us. When Jesus came back, he wasn't beefing with sinners. He came back and he had a problem with the Pharisees because he said, you believe that you can see. And because you claim that you can see, you are already blind and your sin remains with you. So if we all could come to the Lord and say, hey, look, all of us, Jesus, we need you. And there is no difference between us and someone who is wallowing in sin, except for the fact that we've reached our hand back to Jesus, who's reached his hand first to us. So, yeah.
I love
that's
that.
the truth.
Yeah. Anybody else have to chime in on that? Because I think that's really beautiful.
Oftentimes we combine our human experience with our spiritual one when they're absolutely separate.
Wow.
So people feel like because I've been saved for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, I have more salvation than somebody who just got saved yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
Or I'm more holy than you, etc.
Right.
And oftentimes, even the men who wrote about heaven explained it from an earthly vantage point. The streets are paved with gold. Is there really gold in heaven? This is more of a visionary thing from his imagination or mind, because technically gold is an earthly thing. Is God going to take earthly things and put it in heavenly places when our flesh not even coming with us? Let's really consider these things. So oftentimes we as people try to put our human experience inside of spirituality and condemn others because they're not living the human spiritual part and that doesn't even make sense to live a human spiritual thing. Because those are two separate things. No. Us feeding our bodies.
Deep right now.
Yeah, it go crazy.
It's real good.
Us feeding our bodies technically has nothing to do with the spirit man in us. We got to do other things that are of the spirit to feed our spirit.
Yeah.
I can't eat my way into heaven.
Right.
That's the truth.
No, it is the truth.
So even going back to some people that are body shame, God don't like that because you doing that with your body. I can't do anything with my body that's going to make me get into heaven or make me get into hell. That's the spirit thing.
Some people that are so religious,
right,
are very, very judgmental. Yeah. Can you tell that one story about someone saying that you weren't properly covered? Honey, cancer told.
Right. Neck to flow.
Right.
But so there was this woman who she came to my Instagram page about 2 weeks ago, and she saw my my all black that I had on. Mm-hmm. So she told me that I wasn't dressed in a godly way, but she said that I dressed like the world, and that I needed to change that. You got to be holy, you got to be sanctified. And while I truly agree with that, at the same time, I'm like, well, you don't know my lifestyle, so you're judging me by my fitted pants.
Exactly.
And what does she recommend that you wear?
Yeah, She didn't say anything because I blocked her.
That was the point.
Yeah.
There's never
Exactly.
a recommendation about what should be improved. And I think some of the issue when it comes to image as a whole is the implied
Come on, bro.
value of an image. If you look like this, then you are this.
What?
Well, who made all this up?
Right.
Come on, bro.
And you know, who made up ideologies and theories? Who came up with those things about our image? If you wear yellow and you are brown, you are somehow flashy, like you're distracting.
Right.
Who comes up with that stuff?
Right.
And how does the word get spread around enough for us to adopt those things as beliefs of our own or as something
Yes,
that we
bro.
would even consider? Because I wouldn't think of it.
Right.
I would think, well, what does that have to do with anything?
Right. The last I checked, God didn't make clothes. We did. He made us naked.
And the last I checked, I wouldn't have worn what he wore.
So, like, there's always this conversation about spirituality and religion, right? And so when you ask the question, like, who came up with all these rules, it's when they start to separate the relationships by way of categorizing them and separating them, Christians and this and this and this. And so, in my opinion, I believe those are the people that created these rules, because if we love the God that we all serve, our God is come as you are. He don't really care about what you got on, because even in church they'll say, come as you are. Y'all don't be looking at them crazy.
But the moment they walk
But
in,
the moment they do,
the moment they smell like the club, the
feel me?
moment they look like, then it's
so I
like,
think always on just your personal relationship.
Yes.
I think that's the goal.
Your love won't change.